So I'm in my own energy again, centered, and Blue Lotus has been calling a few of us, I think, recently, because I've had some interesting conversations about themes and feelings around different plants and what they evoke. And haven't been able to forage any, but someone else did, and they shared a tiny bit of tea with me, and immediately I was taken to a swamp, and frog spirit came through for me. I know everybody will have their own connection, and since that day frog spirit has literally been following me from the spirit to the physical realm 44 o'clock. Divine guidance and wisdom and protection. And so what's really funny is I was hanging out at someone's place the other day, and just went to the toilet and have a basin, and obviously you have that thing for the overflow, and I was just on the toilet as one does, and saw into the overflow, and I was like, oh, there's a black bit in there. What's that about? Is that the plug that you put in, and maybe they've just like tucked it in there? So I think people with special brains, I don't know, we just like to touch things a lot. Sometimes it doesn't always work in our favour, but anyway, touch things. And so I went like that, and I was like, oh shit, it's not hard, it can't be the plug. Oh, what is that squidgy thing? So I had a nail brush, because basically I was cleaning my nails, and because I'd been using super glue, the cat had smashed a plate and I was gluing it back, whatever. And went to get this little nail brush and touched the black thing again, and it went. And I found out, because I saw it merged. It was a little froggy, one of the ones that has the suckers on its paws, feet. And then I looked it up. I think it's a red rubber banded frog, has two red lines on its back, and it was just really sweet. And it didn't come out, and I didn't know, because things with red and bright colours can sometimes be poisonous. But anyway, that was really, really nice, because within 24 hours of having the Blue Lotus and the vision of the swamp, the frog spirit came through. It is an animal that I've identified with quite a lot in terms of the sensitivity to, well, you're amphibian, you're mostly in the water, and then when you come out, you can give a lot or ribbit a lot, and you can deplete your energy when you're not in the water or cleansing, like having some form of spiritual cleanse or bath or sacred practice daily. And I'd say daily at the minute, because the energy is a bit bonkers. And so from that first frog, then the next day I went to meet somebody else, and as I was going to the loo past a really beautiful big baobab, and then it was in the dark, so the lights weren't working, and I just see this thing on the floor, and I didn't know if it was like a screwed up bit of rubbish that someone just accidentally left or something. And I moved, and it moved. And I was like, oh no, it's Froggy. So Froggy had come again, different one. It wasn't a black one this time, it was like a brown, I guess being from England, it would be like one of the little frogs that we play with in our ponds and stuff. So that was Froggy. And then later that night, I was chilling at someone's place, and another one came to speak to us, and someone else mentioned it. So it was really frog spirit was really, really in the air. And it could be a time where we're feeling really exhausted after going out in either public spaces or just sharing, talking can deplete a lot. People don't realise sometimes the exhaustion, not only now from where we're at in the world and the planets and whatever's going on, because it's very, very intense, and it's not going to make sense necessarily to all of us. It's just how we receive and feel and transmute the energy in our physical bodies. And some of us, I guess depending on the climate and our day-to-day responsibilities or interactions, is that we might feel exhausted. Sleep might not be an issue at the minute because of the exhaustion, so there might be a lot of sleep. But with the frog spirit coming through, for me, what I took away from it was, we really do need to be honouring ourselves, and sometimes coming back to our own energy. And for me, the way that I do that, and sometimes my meditation practice can take different forms. I think back in the day when you go on this awakening enlightenment journey, you don't choose, it just happens. and the veil lifts, and well, the veil's a bit of a funny reference these days because it's not really there anymore, but anyway, especially if you walk between the realms, it just, everything is sort of present. There's just maybe portals and doors to unlock and open. But like as the goggles get taken off, the rose tinted goggles, and you start to see intentions and emotions and various the darkness and the light in others, and obviously in ourselves, as a mirror to what's going on around us, is meditation, like taking ourselves away from interactions of talking or physicalness, physical activity. I don't like the flies. And is needed. And meditation practice for me sometimes is more in the water these days because of just the way my life's unfolding at the minute. But sometimes I need to block out sound and to meditate with crystals. And at the minute they're asking me, it's the week of the new moon, so they're asking me to talk about moonstone and how one might need to connect with moonstone at the moment. Could be specifically for women and womb. Some of us are doing some womb cleansing, womb work. I mean, it's a daily, it's a lifetime's work, but some of that might be coming through right now. So I would just be mindful if you're getting visions or getting animals consistently show up in your lived environment. Take note, might mean something to you, might be a message from across the realms, might be messages from ancestors, and spirit animals can help us guide, because Gaia is the number one language right now. Frequency and energy is taking over the spoken word, the tongue, the English, like, you know. And so as we anchor into vibration and frequency being the language, and those around us, they won't take offense at us having boundaries around saying, like, I'm exhausted at the minute, I'm unable to interact, I can't talk. Someone's really trying to annoy me with this fly energy. I can't talk at the moment, I need to be by myself, I need to be still, I need to cleanse, because no one would take that personally if you're on a conscious living path right now. If you're here for unity consciousness, if you're here for the betterment of the world, if you're here for the protection and love of Gaia and children and animals, and ensuring emotional safety as much as we can without getting too bogged down in our feelings, and also having a laugh and play, that's just the language right now. And so in terms of cleansing and keeping our practices up, like, consistency is always key. 818, consistency is the way that we can maintain, like, things don't just disappear overnight. If we are on a healing journey, like if someone's got asthma or someone's got an ailment, you know, you can suggest various things, but if someone doesn't intentionally connect with that plant daily or twice daily as you rise and work with the energy of that plant or that medicine or that sound, it's not gonna help. Like, we need to takes things, especially as we've got potentially heavy metals in our system at the minute and other people's energy. It takes a while for the goodness to work in our system. We can have an impact straight away as sensitive beings, but to maintain consistency means that we are creating a preventative life, i.e. we are here for longevity, we are preventing dis-ease as much as possible, and then we lean into what our lessons and blessings might be over the coming months and years, because this is really the ending of a number 9 years, so karma is playing out very, very strangely. And I really just urge us all to be very, very mindful of the words we're saying. Don't focus on what you don't want, what we don't want. Don't put energy where it's not gonna come back in a loving way. We can't save anybody. Emotional manipulation and people trying to push us in a direction that they want us to go in, or that they want us to act in, like trying to control how we respond to a situation. that's coming from a very wounded perspective, a desperate perspective, and a lack mentality. So rooting in the energy of abundance, i.e. we are provided what we need at all moments in time, be that physically, financially, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, when we do the conscious work every day and play. And 1 to 1 on the clock. Yeah, I think just keep boundaries up and frog spirit for the win.